Hi guys. So the summer Etern Pretty is coming to an end. We are officially giving the last episode of season 3, which is the last season of it, on Wednesday. And I just decided to speak a bit before it ends about it, and then I'm kind of gonna speak about it after it ends. So yeah, let's just begin and welcome to our podcast. So guys, I'm just gonna say that I'm Team Conrad, and I'm gonna just go with it through seasons. So season first, I think that Bailey was so delusional in her whole childhood and all of these different things that Conrad has had a crush on her. Like it might have been true, but it wasn't something like I want to be with you or something like this. She was just so delusional, and I think that she might have get the first real hint that he likes her when they're almost kissed in the season first. That's I think when she could have been like, oh, he 100% likes me, and that was definitely it, and that was the point that she was supposed to think that he has a crush on her, because she had a crush on him for her whole life, and she kind of was so delusional that she made herself think that he was in love with her first. But I just think that I don't think he was in love with her when she was a kid, because she says that in the beginning of the season first, that they all took her for their little sister, little child, and then kind of Conrad stopped talking to her and was on and off, because you see Conrad was dealing with his own shit, and I think that it was not great, that he like because he treated Bailey off and off. He was sometimes he wanted to be close with her, but then he wanted to be alone, and it's the effect of his own issues and the death of his mother and all of that stuff. And I think that it was just he was not ready for doing any step of the relationship, because it hurted both of them, especially Bailey was so young. It was her first crush, and she broke up with her first boyfriend, Cam Cameron, that I actually never lied because I thought he's so boring, but you see, she broke up with him, which is fine, because I think that it's not great for you to keep dating someone when you like somebody else. Um, but I don't know what she thought. She thought that if they almost kiss, they're gonna be now together, couple. I don't know what she thought, and when then and then Jeremiah came and they kissed and make out in a swimming pool. I think that it was just because he saw them almost kissed, like Bailey and Conrad, and it was just from his poor jealousy, because you see he had nothing. He was totally not jealous over Bailey and Cam Cameron. He couldn't care less, and all of a sudden when her sister is with his brother, he's jealous, and he wants to take her. He wants to win her over, because he has a big complex of Conrad being better than him, and everybody treating him like he's better than him, that he wanted to prove that he's better than him, and that's why he wanted to took his girlfriend. And that's what I think it was, because you see that Conrad was affected by the fact that Cam Cameron was dating Bailey, because he wanted to ruin their date and all of that stuff. Um, but Jeremiah didn't give a fuck, and he only started when he saw that his brother is gonna have something, and he also started wanting that. So I said why I'm not team Jeremiah and I'm not team Conrad in the season first. I'm just gonna say why I'm not team Bailey in the season first is because Bailey was so delusional. That's the first point I already made. And the second, why the fuck would she be jealous of Conrad kissing with a girl on beach? What the hell? What did you I don't know. She reacted they were together. she reacted like he was cheating on her, but but he didn't. And then in the beginning of season 2, we see that like she is kissing Conrad on the beach, and it's like they wanted each other. So if like Bailey wouldn't kiss Jeremiah, and she would be like, okay, because I think that Bailey really messed up everything in here, because Bailey should be like much more with her, connected with her feelings. Like she would be, oh, okay, so I like him, so I'm not over him, so why would I engage in different relationship when I know that I want him? And that really hurted Jeremiah. And I always said that, and I will always continue to say that they both were so undecided, and they both were like, Conrad was dealing with his own shit, and they were like just so not ready, but they tried anyways, and that was just something that really messed it up, in my opinion. And then like Jeremiah got really hurt, and I was so sorry for him, and I literally said that like, because like we all know that Conrad and Bailey is an end game, from books, and it's just obvious because that's the like normal like that's the kind of model that goes in that kind of like serials, in that kind of shows. Yeah, shows is the name. I just call it serial. I don't know. That's so weird, but like, so yeah. And Jeremiah got hurt meanwhile, and I think that, and I always said that the only right way Jeremiah not to get hurt again is that he cheated, and he did in season 3. But we are still like talking about season 2, so like, yeah. Oh my god, and the whole like Jeremiah crash scene next to a car, like he couldn't change the wheel, like, anyways, but like, we hooked up, then you hooked up with my brother, and you expect me to be fine. No, boy, that was not the way it was. Like, she almost kissed with him, you saw that, you got jealous, and then you also kissed her. Like, you didn't know what's gonna have to happen. Like, don't act so, like, innocent and so poor baby, because you're not. And all this stuff, like, in season 2, like, I think that they focus much more on the whole thing, on the past relationship Bailey with Conrad, that I think was really nice. It was, yeah, but then like Bailey dumped him. My god, that's so stupid of her. But like they're focusing of the Susanna's death, and then they're selling the house. But you guys, and then the scene when like she broke up with Conrad because Conrad wanted to leave because he didn't feel so well because his mom died like 2 weeks ago, and she like was like, so what, you don't love me anymore, or no, like, let's break up. Like, girl, like, what the fuck is going on with you? Like, why are you like acting like this? Like, you can see how much immature she really is, and that like she really like needs to mature. And then on the beach, like, Jeremiah tells Bailey that there's gonna always be something between you and Conrad. Oh my god, he knew that in season 2, and then he proposed to her, and then he like called off the wedding because he said the same thing. Oh my god, like, Jeremiah is just so stupid. I just like right now get it. And then the season 3, guys. They were together, Jeremiah and Bailey. I couldn't, like, I was just like choking myself. It was awful. I hated watching them being happy. And I like was, and I knew that like he needs to cheat so he is not gonna be like hurt again, because I didn't want him to get hurt again, because I'm not a sadist. I don't want like other people to be hurt. So yeah, but like, so Jeremiah knew that she's never gonna forget about Conrad, and then like after they met in the cousins in on Christmas, like Jeremiah knew about it, and then he did the whole Cabo incident, which I like. I'm not gonna even say if they were broken up or if they not, because they were broken up, but still, like, I think that hooking up with someone the like next day is it's kind of like, I mean, everybody can react different, so they're like making it too big because like they were broken up. So like I can't say anything, but they like were broken up. Well, actually, they weren't. They weren't, I think, because like they didn't broke up. I actually don't remember it, but I'm just gonna skip the whole thing. But then the Cabo incident, and and he was like, okay, so like I need to give her the ring, so she's gonna be with me and not with Conrad. And he kind of thought that like it's gonna solve everything. Also, like proposing like without the ring in front of a hospital after your brother had an accident is like awful. And then like proposing with this ring. I'm not gonna speak much about the ring because I think that ring it's really not like a deal, because I think that a lot of people have similar rings and like similar rings, because not everybody wants to have their ring as big as Georgina Rodriguez. I mean, you know that. So the ring is completely fine, But then the problem is that like what? Like they realize that they're making a mistake, and then what? They call off the wedding. Bailey is in Paris. I think that like that's such a stereotype that like lost people from like go search himself in Paris, and they're like she like after 2 months she has like red lip and short bob, and this is just like such a stereotype. I'm not gonna even start saying about it. And also people are saying that she went from no French to fluent French in like one episode, but she spent it there like I think 1.5 year, if I'm not sure. But yeah, that was for me. And like the pickpockets, like guys, that was for me so hilarious that I was just like laughing so much about it. And I just like I saw that she left her backpack, and I just said like pickpocket, like someone's gonna take it. Like that's such American thing she could do. And like oh yeah, and the Conrad like crash out scene before the wedding. I think that it was great for him to tell her that. I'm just gonna say it because he would regret it. And you see, if Bailey really loved Jeremiah, she would married him, and she wanted to marry him. Jeremiah didn't. You see, Conrad told her, and she was willing still to marry Jeremiah. She chose the Jeremiah, but Jeremiah said that he never had her fully because she always loves Conrad. And you see, that's the kind of thing. I think that we are kind of an archive of everyone we ever loved. So I don't know why he made her feel so guilty about it, because she will always love him. But she chose to be with Jeremiah. So Jeremiah was stupid for me for like calling off the wedding, even though it was a great decision. But Bailey chose him to be with him. Like, she wanted to be with Jeremiah, but Jeremiah was not sure about it. And yeah, so then she just basically ruined the family, and she ran to Paris, and she's like living her best life, but like she literally hurted so many people, and then like she's the only one being like, oh my god, so cool, like I'm the best. I'm just gonna say that they're making Bailey look like she's such a main character. Like everybody loves her, every boy she ever met like fell in love with her, but they didn't build her character enough. I think that she just like a basic American girl for us, and there's nothing special about her. And they're like Jenny Can makes her so special, and just like everybody would love her and fell in love with her as the guy in Paris. You can also see how lost she really is, and that she cannot live on her own, and that the marriage was not the right choice for her, because like I think you kind of need to find yourself alone, and you kind of need to build yourself alone, and not, I mean, you can always use some company, but like you need to build yourself to build relationship on it. Like you cannot build relationship of not knowing yourself, and I kind of think so. So I think that the whole Paris accident is like really showing that like she needed time alone, and that she needed not to marry anyone because marriage was not the right choice for her. And also, like, the whole Jeremiah crash out about the fact that his father is no longer, like, taking care of him financially. Like, boy, like, you're like 24 or like even older. You didn't read an email telling you that like, you need to pay the money to like study at Finch because he just didn't read the email. Then he like calls off a wedding and he does nothing to earn money. He's just like, oh my god, like, you see, Conrad at least studies. He studies. He's going to be a doctor. But Jeremiah is always having fun. And I mean, like, it's great that, like, his father is no longer, like, taking care of him financially. And then he kind of needs to, like, learn to take care of his, like, own self. Because he couldn't he had so much problem, like, affording, like, oh my god, like, how could he take care of family if he cannot take care of himself? That's just awful, guys. Also, I'm gonna say I'm so pissed. I mean, like, how rich they are. There was at least like 5 flights they didn't get on because I don't know. You know how like expensive are flights to Europe from United States or like California, United States? Conrad, like, I don't know, they're like so rich that they don't need to like, oh my god, I'm so pissed at it. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say. So far, we're gonna hear when I'm gonna watch the last episode, like, YOLO.